4-4, top of 7. Ryan, let's go. Ball in. A little bit down and away. With the exception of about half a dozen pitches. The pitcher here has been working pretty solid the entire game. Two and one. Backed Ryan off a little bit. 3-1. Big clang. I think Ludi took it off a light. Didn't see any fireworks though. Although one does look like it kind of went out. 3-2 is tough play. Six, 3, 1 out. Got Randy Schmidt up, number 9. Couple hits on the day. Just under it. Center fielder's coming in on it. We all know Randy's going to want that back.
Let's go. Let's start it.
We got Lip. Nice to get a 2-out rally started here. Rob Jones on deck. Started him off with a little slider. Catcher took it into the chest. Probably give him a minute here just to get the wind back. As pitchers do, taking their time. A couple extra signs. Well, tough hop. Kind of came up on the third baseman off the top of his glove. Maybe what you need, the 2 out. Get a guy on. Rob Jones up to bat. Let's put it in play the last 2 at-bats. Nice to string a few together here. Feels like that was a little bit down. Rob Jones is about 6'3". I'm sure Dahl saw that pitch and maybe wanted the same. Lip takes off in the dirt. Gonna be all right. It might go in the center. We're gonna head to third. Big spot for Rob Jones right now. Counts 1-1. 2 outs. Lip is on third. That is just smoke. That is going to get into the gap. Rob's going to be running all day. Rob is running for 3. He's got that standing. He's got that standing up. He is going all the way for home. It's going to be tough. And off the catcher, Rob Jones coming in the clutch. Pretty exciting play there. We'll be talking about that one later. I'm sure when Cork edits this, we're going to go ahead and put it on the highlight reel. That's 2 there, so Mammoth up 6-4, top of 7. Just barreled it. Just what we wanted, 2-out rally. We got Dahl up here. Straight up. Real important there after they scored 4 to get a couple back here. Pretty exciting. 6-4. Going bottom of the 7th. That was a great hit by Rob. You were out there.
I saw it. It was astounding.
Yeah, just gap. Can't tell how many 16 we got here.
Rob Jones.
We have a not too talkative a group of 15 here.
I don't think we get a lot of fun.
We got Jack and
People who talk much nicer.
Mark.
The people who really like these streams are Cork and Casey, and they watch them afterwards.
We do have a comment from Jack Nelson where the football must be on the TV, baseball's on the laptop.
That was incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw it off the bat. And that was well hit. Couldn't have hit in a better place.
Mm-hmm.
I was surprised they sent him. I mean, he would have been up by about 20 feet.
Oh, he was out by 20 feet. It was not a great throw.
Well, it wasn't.
Oh, we got Grillin now.
Yeah, we got Grill.
So, do you want to take over the handheld? We lost our time. I had a message come through that I clicked on it and we had to resume streaming, so I'm hoping I didn't.
It says we got 14, so I think we're fine. I think we're live because it wouldn't be there otherwise. I mean, that's what that means, right? The 14?
You've done hundreds of these.
Well, not hundreds. Not even
Hundreds?
dozens. Not even dozens. Hey, Ben, are we? Tell me if we're live, will you? Big Heezy? Ben, let me know if you can hear me. I see the Big Heezy is in the house, or Jack. We're not sure if we're live. We think we are. Excellent. Good seeing you, Ben. Got to put an email out one of these days about the Tomcats. Get the crew back. So back to this. Slide this over a little bit. We've got Randy decided to go with the ace then to try to close this out. Is this the 8th inning, Bob?
Bottom 7.
I think this is earlier than Randy would have liked, but I think Randy also recognizes that in a 3-game round-robin schedule, If you have a chance to win the
Slight
first
foul.
one, you got to win it, even if it means burning up your best arm a little bit more than you'd like. I actually think it's smart. I think this is the right move. We got to get this game.
Great pitch.
So I think most people listening probably know what the skill sets of a lot of these guys are, but of course Matt's bread and butter pitches is changeup. It's very difficult for a lineup the first time through to make the adjustment to hit that pitch. It's a Johan Santana changeup. It's a power changeup. Not in the sense that he throws it hard, but it has that devastating effect on hitters who haven't seen it, especially.
Let's see if this guy's better from the left side.
Oh, he's a switch hitter.
Yeah.
This is a
I
guy.
noticed when he came up, he was going to the other side of the plate. I thought maybe there was a bat signal.
This is a guy I have my eye on the whole game. Like I think he's good.
He has a good approach.
Switch hitter. Matt Grill's other outstanding attribute is his control. I mean, I think he's Greg Maddux, right? I mean, that's the obvious comparison for Matt Grill. He gets by less with, he dominates not with his velocity, or he doesn't have a filthy slider necessarily. I mean, I think it's good. Like, all of his pitches are plus pitches on this level, but it's really the combination of everything.
Right at Billy.
Right at Billy settling.
Good swing, just right at him.
Just like Maddux. Maddux was 4 plus pitches. I don't think he ever was considered to have a plus fastball.
No.
Maddux was just command, right? Putting the ball exactly where he wanted to.
The plus fastball is in the location of the said fastball.
Right. And back when he pitched, that was, I think you could say that was before you saw pitchers humping 95. Like every bullpen now has a guy throwing 100, whereas back then, mid-90s was considered gas. I mean, back when I was growing up, in the 80s,
You too?
Bob, we're supposed to be a team here. Back in the 1980s, when I was growing up, a fastball in the 90s was considered a hard fastball. Now I know that the pitching guns were different back then, and there was speculation or arguments made that the lower readings, a 90 fastball back then would be like a 95 today based on the guns they were using. I don't really know.
Do you know that there's probably guys on our team that were not born in the early 80s?
I know.
Maybe even mid 80s.
That is a nice, hoovers it up.
Yeah.
Nice and easy throw.
Nice clean inning.
What
Did
you expect
exactly
from
what you
Matt Grill?
wanted after getting 2 and
He's a warm glass of milk. I mean, he sells your stomach.
just
He gives you a
comforting.
sense of comfort. He doesn't put you to sleep, but
He doesn't put us to sleep. He's sitting the other team down.
he puts opponents' bats to sleep. Like in our limerick, we could have done something with that. We could have compared him to a warm glass of milk.
If the Limerick challenge goes on again, we may need to.
Yeah, I'm sure there's not a single person listening who are aware of this, but we did. Well, Jack was. We did. A couple years ago, we did these Palm Springs profiles. We did fairly extensive profiles of every player coming down to Palm Springs. This was the last time we came down here before this year. And we posted all those on Twitter. This year, we didn't want to put in that much effort, so we did a limerick for every player on the roster.
Which ended up being a lot of effort.
It was a lot of effort. It was much more collaborative. Like, I wrote all those Palm Springs profiles a couple years ago. This was like a team of 5.
Yeah.
So we generated a limerick for every guy on the roster, and you can find those at the Mammoth Twitter. What is it? MN Mammoth or something? Just do search for Minnesota Mammoth on Twitter if you want to see the limericks. I was going to actually print them off so we could read them off as we were doing this. I just, once again, didn't have the time.
Those grill pitches look.
Yeah, they were pretty dirty. Pretty nice.
Get into one, Cork. Do not let Rob Jones.
I know.
Yeah.
I mean, I got to live with him tonight.
Who
So
on the stream had Rob Jones in the home run pool for the first
Yeah.
time?
Well,
Someone made a lot of money.
how was that scored? Was
he's
that
going to
scored?
be.
I think it's a home run.
He's going to be insufferable tonight. So you have to do something. We're going to have to live with Rob. I mean,
You're gonna have to live with Rob.
God
Rob
bless
and I
Rob
do not
Jones.
have the same back and forth that the two of you do.
I mean, the horror of it, from just a purely personal perspective, is there's no way I'm going to do anything like that. So,
Which is so
I mean,
funny to me that
I
maybe
would-
one of your closest friends yet. You are just angry that he had that hit.
no, I actually got chills in center field because I know he won't admit this, but I know he's never played in front of these guys before, and I know he came in worried that who the hell is Rob Jones? You know, what's he doing on the team? So
Which was into his limbo.
yeah. So I could not have been happier. There's nobody I would rather have seen do that on this team than Rob Jones.
And
I'm
honestly, I
thrilled
played
by
a
it.
lot with Rob Jones in baseball, and that might have been one of the hardest balls he's hit since
Yeah.
maybe 2015.
Attaboy Hans, that's going to be a shot to left field, base hit. It's only a matter of time before Hans does that regularly the rest of the tournament. He did hit a ball off of the light, right?
Yeah, that was the Mantle Maris battle between you and him a number of years ago, where you were tied at two.
At
for-
2 home runs, yeah. It really was. It was reminiscent of Mantle and Maris in their race
And if
for
anybody
61.
knows, early
We got to
skaters,
2.
like, any home run was significant.
Yeah, we should mention that home run briefly here. It's another base
Again,
hit
that
for
is
Clark.
3 in a row for Clark, just like that.
Yeah, I think Clark actually wanted a home run, but yeah. He's shaking his head a little bit over there. Like,
Yeah.
he's going to be happy with that, though. But we were playing a couple years ago at Patrick Henry High School, and Rob Jones, who maybe had 9 extra base hits and about 400 at-bats. Rob's not a guy who hits extra base hits, but he hit a ball over the fence at Patrick Henry, and that actually knocked off the casing of like a street lamp 20 feet beyond the fence. So he pulled it down the line, kind of a golf swing, golf shot, but he knocked basically the light off of the casing off of this street lamp. So of course we called him Rob Hobbs, and we did a little write-up on the Skeeter website.
If you go to the Skeeter website, there is visual evidence of Rob
Yes.
holding said.
Yeah, you should go to the Skeeter website if you're interested in this. I don't know who's actually going to the Skeeter website, but there's a picture of Rob holding a dented casing of a street lamp.
It was a field lamp, right? Or the street lamp.
It was a street lamp. I mean, it wasn't like a city street lamp, but it was a lamp that was illuminating the sidewalk in the street. I think that was a top 3 moment in Skeeter history.
It goes championship number 1, championship number 2.
Rob Jones.
Rob Jones.
Going Rob Hobbs. All right, here's Nate Stark, who's had a really good tournament. Hit everything hard. There he's working the ball in. That's what I would do at this point. Nate's really been taking the ball well to right center, so I would just pound him in on the hands. I would challenge him to pull the ball, since he's demonstrated the ability to go to left center. We've got a defensive switch out and left. I bet this guy's coming in to warm up. Why else do you do
I
this?
think they're recognizing that Nate has gone that direction.
Well, that's interesting.
Their last at bat, I mean, they did push the left fielder quite a bit further towards center, but right now there's
So they're putting a
significant gap. right there.
Bob's theory is they're putting a faster guy out in left field. That could be.
I don't know.
Look at the way the center field is shading though. What's interesting is you've got the center fielder well to the right of the. So we're facing second. That center fielder is well to the right of second base, which is to say this guy's playing him to hit a ball to right center. Now it's actually smart because that's where Nate hits most of his balls, but it's surprising given
Where
the
he's
fact.
hit it today.
Yeah, he's barreled the
Everything's
ball
been
3 times to left center. So either these guys are just playing 3-dimensional chess. You know, I mean, they're on a different level, or
playing checkers.
he's just not aware of what's going on. We'll see. Oh, I thought Nate was going to offer at that one.
Feels like that's the pitch that he drives into that gap.
Yep.
There.
My sense with Nate is that his power is, he's a little bit like Cork. Cork's a fly ball to left and right center. Nate is definitely more of a line drive. Nate's another guy who barrels the ball high exit velocity, but he doesn't get that launch angle, so he hits a lot more doubles than he does home runs. He got out of that one. It's well down the line. That's going to be a tough play. Yeah, it's out of play.
Heck of an effort.
Tailing ball to left field. Now that's where he was basically playing in left center and he couldn't get over there. It fell probably 15 feet foul down the line.
Yeah.
High fly ball. Once again, though, there's Nate going the other way. If I'm this pitcher, man, I just pound him on the hands.
You are a pitcher, Tom. You have a lot
Thanks.
of career speeder in it.
Thanks, Bob. Can you say that louder? I'm going to splice that out. I'm going to make that the ringtone on my phone. You are a pitcher, Tom. You are a pitcher. You are a pitcher, Tom. I'm going to let it ring like 5 times before I answer it every time, too. Ooh, there's a soft liner. Jesus. So we had first and second, nobody out. Soft liner to the second baseman. Hans was halfway to third by the time the ball was caught. Just stood there.
Again, even freezing on a line drive, like that. I mean, that was hit hard enough where I think Hans was sort of in no man's land.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything. I mean, I guess Hans could have sprinted back to the base, but he was getting a big lead, anticipating having to score. Bad luck. Line out to second. Doubled off Hans. Lead base runner at second. So we got 2 outs, man on first. Mammoth up by 2, and this is what, the bottom of the top of the 8th?
Yes.
Yeah, top of the 8th, yeah. See if Casey can get into one. There.
He got into it. I don't think he's catching up to that.
There we go. That's over the left fielder's head. It's going to score. It's going to score Cork. Casey's going to pull into second base.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure off the bat with that because I felt like it was a little bit down on the end of it. I don't think he barreled it. I think he just missed barreling it, but he got enough of it that I'll ask him afterwards.
I mean, he hit that.
He hit it hard, but I've seen him hit the ball so often in the cage. It sounds different when he really barrels it. It sounds like he's breaking his bat. You know the other guy who makes that sound when he hits the ball in the batting cage at Ibex, the Indoor Baseball Experience? It's Jack Nelson. I think I mentioned this to Jack. You know, I used to be on the mic for all those things. The ball off his bat sounded different than everybody, even Emery. It's this crunching sound. Casey's got a little bit of that too. Billy just gave the umpire a look there.
Yeah, I got Bill Hausman here. He didn't care for the curveball to start him off at.
Does Billy have a hit yet? I know you missed first 2 he didn't. Did he get hit his third at bat? I don't remember. He might be looking for his first hit. Billy got off to kind of a slow start down in Arizona, but by the end of the tournament he was doing Billy baseball things.
Wherever you go, it's going to be Billy baseball. Like, you'll find it.
I mean, I say this every time. Anyone who's ever listened to these streams has heard me say it over and over and over again, but I'll say it one more time. There's a Mount Rushmore at the TCMABL. I think Bill Hausman is on it. I don't know who else is on it, but I think Bill Hausman is one of those 4 faces.
We have a lot of Mount Rushmores cropping up.
We do. That's like the 3rd Mount Rushmore, I think. We did nice guy,
Of likable guys.
charismatic guys, and now just baseball talent.
But we only have Billy so far on Mount Rushmore of talent.
But just because Billy was, I guess he started in 2000. I actually thought he started, I think that was a strike. Billy didn't like that call, but
I think that called better than the first pitch.
yeah, that looked pretty good to me. Billy played in the TCMA Bowl starting in 2000, I believe. And basically all the way through 2020 maybe. And I started in 98, but there was never a time. I was a good
Started
player.
earlier than that. I started in 98.
Okay, I started in 97 or 96. But there was never a time. I mean, I played with Bill throughout those years. There was never a time he wasn't better than me. And I was good back then, but he was always better. I wasn't chasing Bill Hausman, but I was aware of who he was. And I knew he was better than me.
There were still a few teams back then there too,
Yeah.
where you knew who
Yeah.
the players were.
Bill once hit 2 home runs off me in a single game. The only reason he didn't hit 3 is he took himself out because he had a hamstring issue. It's a high fastball. Bill reacts the same way that I do too when he works out. There's some language used.
It's sheer disappointment, I feel like.
Yeah.
But again, I mean, that has been a good pitch for the pitcher all game, is that fastball up.
That elevated fastball. Yeah, and he's still bringing it with pace this time of the game, which is pretty impressive.
I always wonder what some of these
I got a
These
scout.
guys are from SoCal, right?
SoCal, yeah.
So they have the opportunity to continue playing, whereas
And, you know, it's funny.
we're limited to being indoor, which is just not the same.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's a perception, my perception of teams' perceptions of us, certainly early on in our lumberjack days, was that we're from Minnesota, we're not going to be any good at baseball. And it wasn't, you know, it wasn't like people were dismissive of us, but like for the reason you just said, you know, we play baseball 5 months a year, whereas these guys are playing year-round probably.
We make our 5 months worth
But I think that perception, and certainly in the MSBL, teams that have played against Minnesota teams, I mean, that 25-plus team, you know, won enough championships in the Central Division, the Cactus Division of 25-plus, and that's a division that doesn't allow pros, that I'm quite sure the MSBL organization moved them up to the Central Division, which is a division that I believe does allow a limited number of pros. At any rate, 25-plus certainly has made their mark on the national scene.
When we look at these guys too,
There's that changeup. That was a changeup, and the batter wanted to be aggressive, and he ended up taking a half a swing because he was going to be able to swing twice before the pitch got there. So that was off the end of the bat, went out. The thing about California teams that we noticed with the Lumberjacks was they were really good ones, but they were really bad ones too.
that population of those who are playing is bigger, whereas you look at these guys here, any guy out in the field for those 4 or 5 months do not play one team.
Yeah.
A lot of them play 2 teams, 3 teams.
Yep.
I mean, so they've got them. Yeah.
So that may have nicked, I think it did nick him.
It got his elbow. You could hear a little click. That
Sweet.
wasn't natural.
He had a lot of protection, elbow.
Again, there was 0 effort to move, and the ball wasn't that far in.
Yeah.
I mean, as a pitcher, you kind of get frustrated where
But that was one where I don't think it would have been proper to bring him back, right? I mean, he was in the box. He didn't lean out over the plate.
he,
right?
he. But I mean, again, like if a ball's coming at me, I'm making an effort to maybe
Yeah,
get out of the way.
yeah.
But I'm up. Yeah. So I mean, that's.
But he looked at the umpire like he wasn't sure the umpire was going to give him the base.
Yeah.
Maybe because he didn't know if the umpire heard it, or maybe he thought I didn't make an effort.
That unnatural click, you
Yeah.
know, in that elbow pad. It's sort of that last guy that Nate hit on the inside of his back foot.
Mm-hmm.
You know, where he was almost swinging at it.
Ooh.
I mean, that's a similar pitch that hit that guy.
I was just going to say that in this case, 17 leaned back to get away from that pitch off the inner half. Umpire called it a strike. I didn't see where that guy who got hit was set up. I asked Lip, there was the inning that Nate came out and Dahl came in, and there were all those pitches where Mike, and it looked like Mike and Lip thought they were strikes. There's that changeup. And Lip said he didn't think they were strikes, so. But, you know, as a
the ones
catcher,
that Mike wanted.
yeah, as a catcher, you've got to, I mean, he didn't say, well, they were obviously balls, but I don't think he thought they were missed
There's the one
calls
that you
either.
could tell you wanted, but that's a good spot. Just a little out.
They go away with that changeup again? I mean, that would be the pattern. That would be if you're going to predict a pattern, that would be the pattern you would predict, right? Change up down
These
the
guys are
way.
smart, though.
Yeah, that's what he does. I think that was it. Or maybe that was.
Casey.
How about Case? Casey makes a catch at second.
Under the lights. Infield, fly balls, kind of.
Impossible. I mean, I can't see the ball in these conditions anymore, so. If you don't play baseball and you don't know what it's like to play under crappy lights at night, the ball gets above the level of the lights and it disappears. You know, there was always a story about the Metrodome and losing the ball in the Metrodome ceiling. It's just like that this time of night. Okay, that was a chopper to Ludi. Ludi charged it.
That was going to be the only other option would have maybe to try and. You can't sit back on that. You sit back on that, you're not getting him. So he made the only play he could.
He made the right plan. He got his glove way out in front of his body and tried to pick it at the right moment. It just he kind of slapped it forward instead of he's looking at the pocket of his glove now like, come on, glove. Dude, come on, bro. Like it's the glove's fault.
I mean, it was going to be a tough play.
Is there 2 outs? Are there 2 outs? I think there's 2.
I think we should know
Yeah,
here.
there's 2. That's a hit.
That might be enough for Blaze.
They're going to hold him. Oh, that's a great throw. That's a great throw. Oh,
That was
Billy made a
a great throw.
perfect throw.
I think
I'm not sure. Lip had to rush the tag, and if Lip doesn't rush the tag, I think the guy's safe.
well, he was safe.
But what happened is Lip had to rush, so the ball hopped in front of Lip. Lip tried to kind of sweep, instead of just waiting for it, he kind of swept through it so he could put the tag on the runner, and the ball basically went off his glove. But I think if he waits for that ball to settle into his glove before he puts the tag on, I think the guy's safe anyway. So Lip will
I
probably.
do think that it seems as though the runner was not, maybe didn't get the same indication that it was going to be that close of a play at him either.
Well, he looked a little exasperated. I don't know if he wasn't happy with where Lip was positioned, or if he was just thinking, well, where's
I think
the on
they're
deck
saying
guy?
go, 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 like not get down.
Yeah.
Like, because that play he probably should have been sliding.
Well, yeah, the on deck guy's got to be behind home plate, giving him stage directions, right? And he wasn't there. It's funny, they got guys in first and second, they're down by 1, and you just feel comfortable with Matt out there.
So we're at 7-6-5-6.
Diving play off the mound, there's a strike. Letter high. To
Top of
play,
the ninth.
maybe the player of the no, Rob Jones isn't the player of the game. He's my player of the game. You know, Diamond Dan on his productions, which admittedly he's been doing it longer and he's got a bigger following, but he always has a Diamond Dan player of the game. I got to come up with something if I'm going to be doing these streams. And it can't be player of the game because it's been done already.
Yeah.
We got to work on this. By the end of the tournament, let's have something. Big game Bob's, big game. Is that just too stupid?
I'm trying to think of some sort of play off of the Thanksgiving turkey,
Oh.
incorporating the turkey tom of the game. And
The turducken moment of the game. No,
turkey tom
that's pretty lame.
moments. And then you
It
present
doesn't have.
them with a...
Yeah, I mean, I'd rather not have my name in it. But
Crunch time here, Thomas. Bobby.
I was saying that even though we're up by 1, it's only 1.
Oh, it's 7-5.
Was it something?
I thought it was 7-5.
Oh,
What do you think it is?
Well, I thought it was
6-5. I thought it was 6-4.
I thought we got up by 1.
But we might have gotten one
Randy,
more.
6-5 or 7-5?
7-5.
Oh, we're up by 2. Okay, never mind. I was gonna say even though we're up by 1, I feel comfortable with the grill out there. He is
And
up
what
one
they got
dozen
up? Like 6, 7, 8, something
Yeah.
right on that. So we got to play good D. We got
So, so the question we were discussing when you hit that ball, I felt like that wasn't. We're talking to Casey Johnson, the guy who barreled the ball.
hit that hard.
Yeah, end of the bat, right? A little bit
I
down, he
would-
didn't barrel it. Yeah.
And he probably, the sky is weird right now, or was at the time. It's a little better now, but I think I hit it and, was kind of just already in my own head going, bummer,
No,
Nice.
I would
think
love to hit a ball not that hard.
I think you carried him enough that he wasn't going to catch it, but it didn't have. I talked about the sound that you know, and it didn't have that sound.
It wasn't a crack, it was a
Yeah.
kind of a...
I feel like you kind of hooked it and then kind of slung it out there, right off the end of the bat a little bit.
Mhm. But I was really surprised that it actually burned out. Because it went over his head, I believe,
Yeah, it did. Yeah, no, it wasn't like it went to his side. You hit it over his head. Yeah, I know. It would have to be something like big game Bob's big moment of the game or something. But that's, I mean, that
I don't
doesn't
travel.
flow
I
off
don't
the.
travel enough.
Well, still, that doesn't flow off the tongue. Big game Bob's big moment of the game.
No, that's
It's too
feels
much.
forced.
Yeah. What about the Diamond Dan Casaza player of the game? Is that? I mean, that's just it's classic, right? I mean, that's simple.
Yeah.
We're okay with that.
Well, I mean, I feel like
And we're not
that's
going to
gotta
use it.
be- No.
Yeah. Or maybe we should use it. Why don't we appropriate it? I'll get canceled.
I think we can have that conversation over the
Yeah,
hot tub soak
yeah.
of
Well, so
what-
tomorrow we're going to try to come back with something. Yeah, that's a good hot tub topic. Last night it was, how do we get rid of these beer bellies? We had a lot of drinks trying to figure that one out. We did not figure it out. We resumed that conversation tonight. But yeah, tonight we'll talk about
How do we acknowledge the player
yeah.
of the game?
What is the Mammoth Diamond Dan Casaza player of the game?
And do we turn that into a haiku?
Yeah, maybe it should be a haiku of the game. Or a limerick. There's a end of the background ball. 3 or 4 hopper to first. Ludi throws his bat away. A little disgusted, I think. Good pitch. I mean, a hard pitch, outer half.
Yeah. I think in another, he would have tried to just slap that away and get another pitch.
Here's Randy. This will be an interesting at bat. What did Randy do last at bat? I don't think I remember. That wasn't the triple, right?
I don't think so, but that right fielder is in dangerous position.
Yeah. Yeah. Boy, it looks to me like Randy is dialed in. There's 3 levels to Randy. One level is he's just discombobulated up there. And I saw that more than I'm accustomed to seeing it, maybe last year. Not this year. Well, maybe a little bit at times this year too. He was dealing with some injuries. He had an ankle issue. His leg was giving problems. But like level 1 of Randy's discombobulation, where he just doesn't look like he's a dominant player. Level 2 is tomahawking baseballs down the right field line. I mean, putting first base coaches and umpires in peril. And then level 3 of Randy is hitting those balls fair. And we saw a sign of level 3 Randy in his second at bat when he hit a screaming line drive down the first base line. The right fielder went directly at it instead of angling for it, and just Randy hit it too hard.
Catching up,
Yeah.
That was a pitch. We see a lot of look on his face earlier too tonight. That
It's a change-up. I mean, I think Randy's probably a little frustrated, but the way he's swinging, he's really. I feel like if he gets a pitch he can hit, and he's on time with it, he's going to hammer it.
Oh, that was a great pitch.
Yeah, I think this pitcher detected. I mean, I think this pitcher's smart. I think he sensed that Randy was ready to just annihilate a fastball, and he did not throw him a fastball. Change up. Mike Lippert. Diamond Dan's lucky because Diamond Dan is such a great. I mean, it's simple, but it's a great nickname, and it works for him too. He's got such a big personality, Diamond Dan.
Well, and diamonds are basketball.
They're hard.
Just
I mean, he's not the first baseball player to be called Diamond Dan, just like Bill was not the first guy to be called Billy Baseball. But it works
who's the
with.
first player to be called Diamond Dan?
I don't know, but I'm sure there's been somebody called Diamond Dan before, right? I mean, it's too obvious not to have been used many, many times. I don't
I
think
feel like
Lip,
that one tailed in a bit.
yeah, I think Lip saw enough close calls going the other way that he's not going to be happy with that. I mean, he's been catching, been unhappy with a few calls, I think. That one, I think he's not. But being the consummate professional he is, he recognizes that.
He's got a job to do.
Right, and he already had his. I feel like he probably recognizes he gets one pass from the umpire. Earlier in the game, you give the umpire a look and a few words. I would think as a catcher, you want to really limit that because you got to go back out there and talk to the umpire again.
It makes it pretty uncomfortable
Yeah.
if you've just had an interaction and it didn't go well in your favor now. And you don't want to punish a pitcher too, where I'm
Right.
going to start squeezing you. So
Right, and I mean the other thing is he may not know how short this guy or how short this guy's trigger is, and you don't want to get tossed. And
But again, it's been. I mean, for the most part, we've not noticed the umpires.
No, I think this guy's been.
Which I mean, is all you ask for is
I mean, I think you know this. Like in the TCMABL, there's a certain umpire that if it's close, he's going to call it a strike. He doesn't really establish his zone, right? It's
Yeah.
just if he can get away with calling it a strike, he's going to call it a strike. This guy, I think, is trying. I think he's established his zone, and I think he's working really hard on those borderline calls to keep to the zone he's established. And that, that's what every umpire should do. But we certainly don't see that with every umpire. But we have. I don't want to make it sound like we have bad umpires in the TCMABL. We don't. I mean, we've got, I'd say, a mixed bag of umpires. Everybody's got their favorites. I used to do the umpire evaluation stuff for the league, and it was interesting.
a lot of that's subjective too. Right?
Yeah, I mean, I
Losing
think.
team has a big issue with the umpire.
Yeah.
Winning team.
But
has nothing.
there were certain teams and managers who really enjoyed certain umpires, and then you'd have other teams. I mean, I'll give you a name. Paul Williams. Paul Williams is a guy that I think he's been a little. I think there's managers who really enjoy him and managers who don't. I think the guy who is universally respected is Matt Carter. I personally think he's the best umpire we've ever had. But Matt's had aspirations to do it professionally for a long time, so. I think the batter just said great game to Lip.
Some niceties.
I do like these
we're
guys.
All, we're all out here just to have fun.
Yeah.
And there are no misunderstandings of why we're out here. I mean, we're not going anywhere.
Yeah, there's been, like we said earlier, no chirping, no chippy play. So where are we at, Bob? Are we in the? Is this the ninth?
We're bottom of the ninth.
This is bottom of the
7-5.
ninth. Okay,
Yeah.
this is
We're going
the
with
end.
it.
Bottom of the ninth, 7-5. We think that's true. Foul ball.
I will say, Tom, that it was my goal to keep our score and inning in check.
You feel like we did that?
I thought it was going to be better.
I feel like we've been on top of it pretty well. I mean, well, maybe there have been a lot of comments about what's the score and stuff.
Let's see if we got any comments.
I'll let you read them because if I put my glasses on, I can't see the action.
Oh, we have. Sorry. Popeye's power shot of the game. We have Tom's tip of the cap.
Ooh, that's a good one. Who came up with that one? For the cap. I mean, I don't really want my name in
Diggy 10087.
That's a good one. I like
Tom's
that.
tip of the cap. I think that might be the early favorite.
Nice. Yeah, I mean, I honestly, I do. But yeah, that works. That works.
We do have Lipstad here.
Yeah, Lipstad followed us in Arizona.
I'm not sure how old some of these comments are, but we have 6 or 7-5. That might have been earlier. We also have, it's out of play, some Popeye's power shot of the game. I think that's in reference to your forearms, Tom.
Well, it's certainly not a reference to my physical strength or my. I mean, yeah, you put Popeye in a baseball uniform, and he's going to be cork. So, Tom's tip of the cap is. It's good.
Who's your fishing partner?
Who's my fish? Oh, Diamond, Dan Smolik.
Oh, okay, that's Diggy.
Oh, hey Dan. We missed you down here.
Tom's tip of the cap. Well, we like it.
Was that Dan's idea?
Yeah, that was
excellent.
Diggy.
Yeah, Dan Smolik's the guy who's always on these trips. He shares a house with us. We were talking the other night. I mentioned the two guys who were missing in the house this trip are Dan Smolik and Ken Langley.
We also have, it's called the Nema lampshade, which is a light fixture that Rob took down.
Oh, who came up with that?
Again, as Diggy Smolik.
Actually, Dan. So did he provide that information? Dan works, I think. I think he would be able to tell you what that casing was.
And
because,
he did.
Yeah, he's an electrician. That's hilarious. This would be like if we were a talk radio. I'd say, see, we got the best listeners in the world, but we don't really have listeners. But it's hilarious that Dan could identify. He's like a military man who can identify a ship by its outline or a tank.
No.
Okay, that was a short, soft ground ball.
Up the line.
Up the line, Moody backhanded it, popped out of his glove, recovered through the first base. The runner beat the throw. Moody made a good throw.
Back.
What do we got? We got 2 outs?
No, I don't.
Oh. Are there any outs?
I don't think there's any. Here, I'll go run over and
I was going to go check the out situation. Got distracted there. First and second. I think they're going to put a pinch runner out there. This is the bottom of the 9th. The score is 7-5 Mammoth. So if we do close this out, what I'm going to do is I'll take the camera over. We actually got to pack things up pretty quickly, so I may not have time to do much, but we're going to move fields and we'll start the stream up again. I have a couple of external batteries. I think we're going to be able to get through both games. It's a ground ball. I think it hit the runner. Okay. Okay. Okay, so that's a ground ball that hit the runner. So the runner going from first to second is out. The man on second does not advance to third on that play. So that's basically a free out for the Mammoth. Ground ball hits the runner going from first to second. That runner is out. The man on second, who was at third, comes back to second. Third base coach making a half-hearted attempt to convince the umpires that the base runner on second was already at third. Umpire out there is having none of it. It's a dead ball. 1 out. First and second, 7-5. There's the changeup.
down by 2. Do you swing at that pitch?
Batter looked out at him like, where did that go? What on earth? Good heavens. I doubt he used those words. Okay, he's going to go to first. Wow.
That's confidence with that glove shot.
I was going to say. But, I mean, he's just cool as a cucumber out there. So, Matt, that was the end of the bat. Probably another changeup. Little squib. Matt waved Rob Jones off. Scooped it up, but then just flipped it to Rob without taking the ball out of the glove. That's just a function of his being a middle infielder, right? Like, that's what he does at second base all the time. It's natural for him. Whereas if you and I did that, it would either stay in the glove or it would end up in the Mammoth dugout.
Yeah.
And then just consternation and a lot of upset Mammoth. 2 outs, second and third. Tying run on second. This is our 2-hitter. This is a pretty big moment. Come on, Matt. No, it's going to be a tough play. Tough play. Oh, my God. That was end of the... All right. That was... Ludy kind of snow-coned that, made a low throw, but we've got a guy with a 7-foot wingspan at first base. He scooped it up. That's 3 outs. It's a close one, but the Mammoth win. So we'll stick around a little bit, and then we're going to go. I don't think I'm going to go through the line.
I don't think we need to do that. I'm going to pet a dog.
Yes. So they're going through the handshake line. This is a stolen portion. Normally the stolen valor portion of the stream. I'm going to sit this one out. Just catch the guys coming back. Nice game. It's back there the whole way. They did a really nice job.
Way to be, boys.
Like right now. So,
I love you, Mom.
nice job, guys. We're right there. Right
Gonna
now.
make a play at the ball.
That's where it's going to be.
Yeah, hey, good job, guys. That girl flipped you?
You didn't see it? You didn't see it? All the way. Out all the way.
Sneaking here.
Okay, so we're gonna log off, walk about 400 feet to the field, out beyond left field, and then we'll spool the stream back up. So if you want to watch game 2, we should be back in 10, 15, 20 minutes. I think they're still playing over there, so maybe a little bit, but the plan is to stream game 2. We'll see then.